So yes, we had a record-breaking day in the stock market. Yes, Nike posted incredible numbers, barely taking a hit in China, which is very surprising to me. But we also have surging cases in the United States, and we have no deal from Congress. No deal from Congress. So let's start with the bad. First, cases surging in the U.S., surging very aggressively in New York. White House official just says, if you're in New York, self-quarantine. So obviously they know something. It's around in public areas, a lot of community spread, and those cases are clearly reflecting that. They're accounting for more than half of the U.S. cases. Concern there. New York is the financial capital of the world. A lot of business goes down to New York. A lot of flights going in and out. So New York is really the central hub of the economy that's going to affect everywhere else. And we don't want that to be on lock for a very long time. But it is what it is. People are going to stay home. The cops are going to be around making sure nobody's going around to clubs and whatever and spreading it. So President Trump has said we should turn the economy back on Easter, which is April 12th. That's about 20-ish days from now. That seems like a pretty good timeline. If we can do everything right, that seems very good. So maybe that'll happen, maybe that won't. Other bad news that I think is honestly worse. Congress did not reach a stimulus bill yet as of 6:27 Eastern time on today, March the 24th. So not good news, is what it is. They were supposed to get it done over the weekend. We're supposed to get it done yesterday. We're supposed to get it done within hours this morning, apparently, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer say. Still no bill. The fuck is happening? Why am I dropping F-bombs? Because I'm pissed. So yesterday I was kind of pissed at Pelosi the way she was handling this. Is what it is. You know what the holdups about? Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats, they want funding for, remote voting, absentee ballots, all that. Okay, whatever is what it is. They want that because they want that. They're Democrats. They would rather you not care enough to go to the voting ballot and do authorized voting. But better yet, what else do they want? What else is the other holdup that's holding away emergency stimulus to the American people and the American consumer? Funding for illegal immigrants. Let that one settle in, folks. Easier voting for absentee votes. Absentee votes. People who aren't at the voting ballot showing ID. Absentee votes and funding for illegal immigrants. That's what's preventing this necessary emergency stimulus that is going to prevent a massive downturn in the economy and is preventing thousands of people from losing jobs, many businesses from going out of business, keeping businesses afloat that are hiring people, and most importantly, paying the payroll. The whole thing, the other hiccup that Democrats didn't want was giving loans to businesses who will only have that loan forgiven if they use it for payroll and don't fire people. The most important thing that could possibly happen right now is that workers get paid and keep jobs. And the Democrats want to claim that they're the party of the workers, yet they're funding people who come over illegally to beat out the workers and are holding the funding that can keep the workers in work and put money in their bank accounts. The party for the workers, people, is what it is. Okay, so now let's get to the good. Nike had incredible numbers, and I think this is going to reflect in other areas of the economy. Nike was one of the stocks I was suggesting people sell before this massive downturn. And I'm still not a buyer here, but I'm loving the numbers and I'm absolutely blown away. I was expecting massive declines in China. I was expecting us not to be buying new shoes and new gym clothes when we can't go to the gym and we can't walk outside. But Nike only saw 4% declines in revenue. That's insane. Let that one settle in. Nike barely saw declines. They had way better revenue than any of us thought. I believe it's better than last quarter. Last quarter is, Christmas season, so I don't want to confirm that. I highly doubt it even. Regardless, 4% declines in China, everywhere else positive. So, good Nike numbers. Now, where is that going to trickle in everywhere else? I don't know. But Nike is one of those areas I thought was going to get hit hard in China, and they didn't get hit hard. So are they going to get hit hard in the United States? I can't tell you that, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as I would have thought yesterday and would have thought 30 seconds before I heard that. So it is what it is, and it looks pretty good. Now, I do think we're approaching a bottom. I made that call. We had 2 down days. I said it wasn't going to be a technical bottom. It was a fundamental bottom. I think we've been in a fundamental bottom. A reason for this sell-off, folks, all right, so if you're still here, a reason for this sell-off, so hedge funds do something, they trade on margin. So they can borrow money at 4 or 5% interest, maybe lower if they know a bank or whatever it is. They borrow money at a fixed rate. And then they can trade and invest that money and hopefully they do better than that fee that they have to pay to borrow the money. So if they're going to get 20% returns and 3-4% to borrow the money, it makes a whole lot of sense to invest on margin, it's called. You can basically double your profits, whatever you do, however you do it, however much you have in assets, it's the whole thing. I don't do it. I'm not for margin. I don't want to pay for money. Whatever it is, what it is. But when you see massive downturns like that, it accelerates that because you feel the gains better, but you feel the losses better. And you owe somebody else the money, so they can they're allowed to go into your account, sell your stocks, and take the money out. Personally, I don't invest on margin. A lot of people do it. Maybe I'll invest on a little bit of margin sometime. Buying a house with a mortgage, technically buying a house on margin. So there are times when it makes sense. Obviously, the stock market, it's very risky with margin. So that accelerated the downturn because the people investing on margin are usually hedge funds, private equity, whatever it is. They account for a lot of the volume, a lot of the trading, a lot of the asset holding. These people, some of them, city funds, pension funds, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of capital that's being moved that affects the stock market. So that, I think, is probably the biggest reason for the aggressive sell-off and downturn that was so quick. So is it a time to buy? It's been a time to buy. It's been a time to nibble, as I've been saying ever since this started, pretty much. It was more kind of beginning of March, but I've been nibble on the way down, nibble on the way down, nibble on the way down. So you're not too late, but it's not yesterday. Tomorrow might be down. Here's the thing. So Nike puts the numbers out. The rest of the market doesn't bounce. The rest of the market had a massive bounce today, and the people who saw that number were buying today, and they were like, I did my buying for today. Thank you, God, for that number. But we're just going to chill, and we're going to see what happens now. I did a lot of buying today. I'm going to see what happens tomorrow. Tomorrow's down. I'm going to be buying. You bet it. You bet it. I'm going to be starting to complete and deplete my cash. If we're up tomorrow, probably not as much. Maybe I'll look for one or two things that it is what it is. Otherwise, I'm just going to kind of play it. So, not too late to be buying. If you're not in the market yet, you should be in the market. Prices are extremely good if you pick the right spots. And if you need the right spots, I'll be doing an IG Live later today. You can DM me some questions, whatever it is, and we'll go from there. So, until next time, peace.